Well, got the trailer hooked up. Let's go get a Dodge. I went out there to go get a 46 Dodge, but I don't know if you can see that. That is not a Dodge that followed me home. Alright, well, got her home. Actually went and got it this morning, but things happened. Had to mow the grass, make room for another car, so, you know, got busy, had stuff to do, but this is what we got. Now, it's not a Dodge. I don't doubt anybody could tell what it was, but you see that? That is a 1953 Henry J. Which 53, what, they made him 51, 2, and 3, and I think 53 is technically the last year, but I believe they sold a couple in 54, which were just 53s. I think this is the lowest production year of them. But I went there to go get a 46 Dodge, just an old four-door sedan, nothing that special. And this was sitting back there in the back. I saw this and ended up buying it instead. But I'm just gonna go ahead and warn you fellas, it's rough. I mean, this is probably the worst Henry J out there. From this angle, it doesn't look terrible, other than the door looks like it's fallen off. But you'll see why it's pretty bad. Now, if you drink a bunch of these, you know, maybe won't look too bad, but I'll show you around here. So it's a Corsair. I guess I didn't realize they offered different models or trim packages on these cars. I really don't know much about Henry J's. I always wanted a Kaiser, but ended up finding this before I could find a Kaiser I could get a hold of. But that wheel was actually rotted off the thing and laying there on the ground next to it, and I was able to kind of cobble it on there just to be able to load it. You see we got some rust there. The door, somebody just pried that door open. They were determined to get in this car at the expense of the door and the fender. But I'll show you some of these neat features here inside the cabin. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, you know, no glass, of course, until you look down here. Oh, look. You can tell there used to be floor pans, and I don't know if you can see down there, that is not a rocker. That is the floor of my trailer. There's no rockers on this car either. They're completely gone, both sides. Oh, look, there's the ground where the rear floor pan should be. Seat back's there though. I'll take you around the back of the car here. This fender's pretty good. Yeah, that trunk lid, I don't know if we can even if we can even open the trunk here. Oh yeah. Somebody actually cut that out, a piece of metal out of there. There must have been a parts car for a better Henry J. Spare tire carriers rotted out. Some of the old back windows still in the trunk. And evidently too, somebody used to tow with this car. We actually ran a chain through that hitch and actually picked up the whole backside of this car. And that's how we drug it around to load it. Now this is the worst side of the car. Yeah, pretty bad. Looks like it was actually sitting that far into the ground. That's why the wheels are so rotten. But actually, believe it or not, all four wheels do turn. None of the brakes were locked up, which really surprised me. And as you can see, rocker's gone. This car did have a heater, which was optional. No radio. Just kind of see, still has the old badge there, Henry J. No glove box, of course. There's It's one of the first things to rot away is the old cardboard glove boxes. Nice steering wheel though. What's it say? I don't know if I can make out the mileage. Does it say 2,200? So probably 102,000. This fender's really not bad here. Well, it's got some rust down there. Got a hood ornament. Got part of the grill, I guess. But there is an engine. There is an engine and transmission. Did you latch? Yeah. Hood's just sitting on it. Well, yeah, as you can see, it's complete for the most part under the hood. No radiator. I'm sure it's probably locked up. I would be very surprised if it wasn't. But I don't know. We're gonna try to see if I can get it broke loose and maybe it'll run. You never know. But I'll get this thing unloaded and we'll get a closer look at it in the daylight. It's the next day. Let's get this beautiful thing unloaded. After much careful planning and being very thoughtful, this is where I determined to be the best spot to drop the Henry J. Back here is where I keep some cars and junk and stuff, and the nicer of the junk cars are on a concrete pad right over there on the other side of the GMC. But I've decided that the cars that are not even worthy of that will be back here in this pasture, and so far that's where this car has landed. Oh, I noticed it got harder to pull, probably because that wheel just, you know, fell off. That's fine. Now that we got it here on the ground, you can see the seat is pretty much all that's left of the floor. No rockers, no floor pans. It's a pretty sad little car. Granted, you can get everything you need for these. From what I was able to find, you can get patch panels for the floors, you can get new rockers. But it just depends how far, you know, somebody be willing to go with this car. I don't think I could ever see myself restoring this car. I'd love to try to get it running. You know, the motor and everything's in it, it's complete. I don't know if it turns. It's probably stuck, I'm sure, but get this up here out of the way. I mean, it's totally complete. I'll pull those plugs and put some oil in them and see, but I mean, even the lid for the oil fill there has been gone. I don't know if it was left with the hood off. When I found the car, the hood was off of it. I don't know how long it sat with the hood off, but I don't know. Let me know what I should do with it. Should I try to get it running? Should I just maybe try to build a hot rod out of it? That's what everybody did with these Henry J's. That's why they're pretty hard to find, because they all got hot rodded in the late 50s, early 60s. People built gassers out of them. They're kind of like, you know, the Willys coupes. You know, a 39, 40, 41 Willys coupe. Everybody liked them because they were a little bitty two-door lightweight car. And I feel like once they, and I don't know for sure, but my opinion on that is once they started running out of Willys coupes, you know, by the late 50s, early 60s, they started doing these. And these became kind of a big deal, the hot rod. But I could be totally wrong. That's just my take on it. But let me know what I should do with it. I'll come back here in maybe a week or two, and I'll put some oil down the cylinders and we'll see if it'll break loose. I kind of doubt it, but it's worth a try.